Hopefully this is working, otherwise I'm going to get very frustrated and very confused. Alright, I think everything is working. I've just had some issues in YouTube and uh, OBS, which have been a bit more than annoying. I will be starting the game soon. I've just got some kinks to iron out. Right, now that hopefully all of that's been ironed out with luck. For some reason YouTube's been stupid, which, yeah, that's to be expected, because it's not coming up on YouTube that I'm streaming, or at least it's not showing up on my YouTube studio that I'm streaming, or maybe I am, I have no idea. I don't know, but I'm going to ignore it and pretend like nothing's going wrong. That's just the easiest, it's just the easiest way to do it. Is to just pretend everything's fine. Anyway, now that that's hopefully all done and dusted and fixed and everything's going fine and dandy, the plan is to just have a pretty relaxed, pretty chill session. Nothing too serious. I don't really have any plans. I'll just kind of go through the nations and play the ones I want to play at that point in time, so it's nothing serious. I am trying desperately to get the 9k, primarily because of the 45mm, the gigantic, NS45. Where is it? It hasn't got a lot of ammo, but it does what I want it to do. I think. I haven't flown it before, so we just have to pray. When it wants to work, that would be much appreciated. Alright, alright, alright. That's that's very interesting. That's a very interesting lineup, especially with the. It's weird. I never ever play with German aircraft. I always get bunched in with British or Americans. I don't ever play with the Germans. Now, if I remember correctly, the 366, well, just any of the Lag series aircraft, at least from playing against them, suck. Not because they're bad, they are just so infinitely difficult to actually fight. Okay, so the P-39, that'll be, hopefully that should be okay. I'm not holding much in regards for it. They're decent planes, but they do feel like paper sometimes. C-200, don't know anything on. The F-6 is alright, I guess. I'm just trying to see if there's any aircraft on the enemy side that should make me nervous. That's C-3604. That's the new Swiss one. I have no idea if that's any good. So instead of wondering, let's push our boundaries a little bit. It might be good, it might be terrible. I'm gonna die. Yeah, that's the issue with this plane, is it can be a bit well, it not only did I not turn, it's a bit sluggish to turn. How am I doing for Germany? Not fantastic. What's the oh, okay, that's a design. That looks very much like a version of the IO2. Yo. Okay, this thing looks so similar to the IL-2. Where is it? I have one somewhere. Here it is. I mean, it's not... Well, that's one of the early year IL-2s. If I was to go for... Yeah, let's go for the 2M. It has... It looks kind of similar. Not really. That is such a strange look. I would hate to know what the drag would be for that. Because that must... I mean, not that this thing's really very fast, but that drag must be horrible. And the reason why they had these weird markings on the nose was... If I was to show the... what is this? The 87, the Stuka. They have on them, just for a test flight, I'm not actually going to use this because it's a fun plane, but I have no reason to use it. On the inside of the canopy, they actually have a gauge for the degrees on how far to drop it, or what your degree should be for a bomb drop. That was more or less the IL-2's thing of you look over the nose and then you see the number you need, and once the target goes below that number, then you kind of have to play a bit of guesswork and figure it out. I think I'm not too sure. I'll admit, Soviet aircraft defy me. I don't know a whole lot on them. The Russian ones, the more modern ones, like the 29s and the 27s and the 30s, yeah, those I know. But anything World War II, and I'm admittedly a bit slow on. Well, that's going. I really should get some of these, some of the rank 4s, so I can get jets for America. Not that I would ever use them. And I also need to get, that'd be 3, 4, 5, 6. To be fair, the Tiger Cat could be worth it. Well, any of the cat series, the Hellcats, the Bearcats, the Tiger Cats could be worth it. Could. I'm not sure. Seeing the F-82 now just makes me want to take out the 109Z series, which I have. Because this cost me actual money to get. And apparently it's shit, so let's find out, shall we? Yeah, I'll go. I'll go bombless. And yes, this may look like two planes stuck together as well as the F-82, but that's because it is. If I go night, then I do get what is effectively just tracers. I don't know. I'll try with the Universal, and if I can't... You know, I have enough ammo. This is also a very rare aircraft to get hold of. This came in for me in a pack. I just bought the pack outright because it was only going to be in for a very short period of time, so I just said, yeah, we'll buy it, why not? And then I did some digging, and apparently this plane sucks. So I have no idea if this is going to be any good. This is the inaugural flight. What is this? Is that just my oxygen tank? Or my oxygen pipe? I'm not sure. Admittedly, with... the 109 is one aircraft I do want to sit, and I've sat in the Spitfire, and that was incredible. But the 109 is one of the ones I do need to have an encounter with. However, an actual German 109 is extremely rare because the Allies, when they found them, just tended to burn them, or so I've heard. So a lot of the ones you see nowadays are either Finnish or Spanish, because, well, the Spaniards bought them on license, as did the Finns, because both of them were aligned with the Germans. So here's to hoping that this plane isn't a piece of shit. Ah, the 335, that was another wonder weapon. That was a plane that, as far as I know, it either saw prototype flights or like test flights and didn't see combat, or it saw very, very limited combat. The fire, the arrow. I'll admit that was another one of Germany's more ludicrous designs, because it's a twin propeller. However, it's one in the front, one in the back. It's a push-pull. Why is there a Lancaster flying so low? Because that's just suicide. Because he's not at his fastest, he's not at his most agile. That was a pointless exercise. It's a strategic bomber. It should sit high up. That's why I'm flying so high, because I'm an interceptor. My whole kind of, well, altitude. Where are the guns on this? Oh. Okay. Dispersion is yes. Because there's 2 in the nose, 2 outboard, which is kind of strange. I don't know what this was, what 109 model this is supposed to be. Or I know it's the Z1, but I don't know whether it's the G. I think this is like the G or the K variant, like 2 G or K variants strapped together. Because, oh wow, that really is some dispersion. Ow! I'm gonna abandon him to his, I was gonna say, I'll abandon him to his enjoyment. What is that? I don't know, but I want to kill it. Oh, no, never mind, no I don't. That's something that I really ought to avoid, because I've noticed how severe the dispersion is on these guns. However, I'm an idiot. Oh, that's the N15, isn't it? No, it's the D15. D30, never mind. Wait, tail cut loose. Oh. Oh, yeah, that is a tail cut loose. Because I've lost control surfaces to it, and the actual tail and the stabilizers have been cut free. No wonder this thing's just spinning. Okay. I mean, GG. A lucky... Well, I'm not even going to say that was a lucky kill. That was just a damn good kill. There's one plane I'm not tempted to buy it. It's just been going through my mind. It's the IAR, the Romanian one. However, I have no real reason to get it because, well, I will already be getting the 2002 for Italy, and if there's one, where is it? The 2001 series. I think it's 2001. I'm trying to think which one it is. It's either the 2001 or the 2002 or the 202. It's really good for a quote unquote knockoff of the 109s. It seems a lot of nations toyed with the idea of. I mean, it's good for like tricking people. It's a very good confusion tactic because they see two planes and they go for one. It's the same with the F-82. I think it was the Japanese that called it one two planes, one pilot. Or apparently it was two planes, one pilot? Or one plane, two pilots? I don't know. This thing has pretty much, once you get the secondary machine gun, you've just got a plane with what is effectively a laser on the front of it. Because you put tracers on that and it just, you do not, you do not miss anything. It's also the same. There's a J-21. Oh, sorry, the A-21. I think it's this one. Where it has, yeah, the shark on the face. Or the shark on the gun. That's not me putting that down as, like, that's not a camouflage that I have, for example, on the Ac-9. Like, that's just an installed skin. That's not That's not something I've added. That's just in the game. That's just what the Swedes did. It's the same as this. This is I I paid Golden Eagles for this because you need to get 380 kills, and I've only just started getting good. I got so sick of it, I ended up just paying for it, and I think it looks great. I love the anniversary camouflage. I really wish I could have seen the anniversary Hurricanes because there were plenty. There was another one which is mentioned here, FGR4 ZJ913, which is D-Day based because that's all the D-Day identification markings which you'll see on a lot of American planes of the period. For example, the P-47, it's got all the identification stripes. But that requires being linked to the Gaijin store, which, one, I'm not. Two, Steam is a bit of a sucker for not allowing that. And three, that costs actual money. And I'm not gonna... I know I've spent money because I paid for this. And, again, I said I paid actual money to get this, but I'm not paying for the whole thing. I'm not paying for a skin when this one is good enough. I really should do America because, admittedly, I do kind of. Part of me wants to get to jets, but I know how bad the jet grind is, which is actually why I paid money for a pack to get the MiG-21 because, again, I know how poor the grind is for this because look at the pain I had to go through. I did all of this And all of this with two planes, actually with three planes, being the Attacker and the Swift series. The Attacker, it's good. It's made by Supermarine, so it's effectively like a jet-powered Spitfire in a way. So it was very good at like the whole turn aspect. It wasn't it wasn't great. There's a reason why Supermarine went bust and ended up getting bought out by Hawker, who ended up becoming part of BAE Systems. Yeah, this skin, all it does is just take off the red nose, because admittedly I didn't like the red nose. But the Swift series, I had a lot of fun grinding out. Because, yeah, I ended up downloading this. But for the F7, back when it was actually good, I ended up getting the Aero, which takes it away from being just standard camo. Which this is another skin, however. That looks cool, I guess. However, the F7, it's terrible because the Fire Flash missiles. Back when I first had this jet, the Fire Flash missiles were absolutely amazing because it was just you could use them really well in a head-on fight because you just point at the target, fire, and then the missile will just go in the direction you're pointing. And if your guy is right in front of you, the proxy fuse would certainly help because he'd blow up before he even lands a shot on you. However, they have completely fucked the missile. And as far as I know, they haven't reverted it. They screwed it so bad that the missile would drop and wouldn't really launch for like another second and a half, 2 seconds after it was launched, and it made the missile unusable. Again, as far as I know, they haven't been fixed. But then, yeah, when I got to this, I ended up squadron researching the Harrier, which it's an alright plane. It's not fantastic. All of that can come off, because I had those on for a reason, but that reason is not there anymore, so those can come off, and I'm going to put that on. I forgot why I didn't put that on. I'll just have a stock Harrier. It's not like I ever use this thing, and again, it was a decent plane. You could bomb bases with it really well. Then got the Phantom, which why do I keep? Again, I completely forgot that I was using this plane about a year ago. So yeah, ended up getting this. It's an alright. The Phantom's alright. This is that Phantom with its Rolls-Royce engine, because instead of having the Pratt and Whitney that the original American ones had, Rolls-Royce took these and put a new engine in them. They worked so much better than the American ones that not even on the deck, at most altitudes, with this thing on full afterburn, you could outpace a lot of different jets, because the Rolls-Royce engines were absolutely amazing. And then I got the Gripen, and I already know that this is gonna have that on it, so I will just replace these with something else, like nose art or something. Got this. The Blackjack skin is. I thought that was a skin originally. Turns out it's not. Oh no, that's on the Typhoon. Got this. I struggled so much with this. I struggled so much using this that I ended up paying the rest of the way for the Typhoon. I'll admit, not my finest move. That's because the demo paint is what I have on the Gripen. Okay, not my finest move with this, but it was a move I made. Because I just got so sick and tired of just endless grind. And I'm still grinding because I still need to get these. The M120Cs, the Fox 3s. Let's just show just how shit jet fighting can be. It makes the real almost clunkiness of it makes the clunkiness of prop aircraft look poetic. And in fairness, you can get some poetic fights with props. I've had them plenty of times, but jet gameplay is horrible. I can highly recommend just not get it. Once you get into it, do not stick with it. You will suffer. Because I've got all of this stuff to worry about, the TWS and the radar search and all that. That's new. Oh, well, not new, but that's for jets. I've got my own presets. I've had everything worked out. There we go, do that. Turn the missiles to that and turn off countermeasure. Because if I have the more turned on, although I have 192 flares, those will drop so outrageously quickly. And the reason you stay low is not only do you stay below radio altitude, missiles don't really lock on at lower because the red R out is radio altitude. That's just how low. If I go above it, a missile can now lock onto me easier. If I'm below it, missiles have a hell of a lot of a harder time doing so. And another thing is, staying this low just makes evasion easier because I can dip behind mountains, I can use cover, I can just do something called multipathing. I think that's multipathing. But it's just easier to hide away and stay hidden. Because now no missile can really see me. So I can technically leave the radio altitude deck limit, but I try to avoid it because someone above me can still get a missile on. But sometimes it's unavoidable in situations like that where you've just got to really shift away from altitude or from terrain. Alright, that's... I don't really want to have to activate my skedaddle button, but if I have to, I will. Alright, cool. Oh wow. I'll admit it is nice when the radio or the radar locks onto it. I want that F-15, but I know if I try to get it, it'll probably hit me and kill me. Dead. However, you'll do nicely. That always frustrates me. Cool. Yep, I'd like to stop being locked, please. Alright, multipath time, because I don't know if that missile's coming towards me or not. Oh, hello. hit the effing... Yeah, I hate jet fights so much. Because all of the skill that you're forced to learn through, like, prop training, it just ceases. It just disintegrates. Because then you get fights like this that are so one-sided. I'm surprised that so few people have died on the enemy team, at least. F2, that's the F-16. That's a Japanese F-16. No. No. That is one of the only issues. A lot of the times the missiles will not lock onto what you want unless you run the pilot radar, which is head-mounted camera, which is anywhere I move, the missile tracker follows, or the thing follows. The radar. If I had a nickel for every time I had seen a 1-1-2 in a matchup like this, I'd have 2 nickels, which is strange, which isn't a lot, but it's strange that this has happened twice. However, I don't know if... You know what, I know my missiles are gonna mountain strike. Really? Let's do this to the old-fashioned way, shall we? Okay. I hate how the only kill I've had this match is on something so arguably unworthy. Like, something just so blatantly unfair. I know where he is.
Air, 3 o'clock, low.
Oh, correction, I was so very wrong.
Air, 12 o'clock,
I'm just gonna dump the last 2 missiles into him. Something hit, please. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. The quote-unquote skedaddle button I have, it just dumps the fuel tanks. I can manually dump them just to get a little bit more speed, because aerodynamics. Well, I did. Shit. Again, not to mention the whole... I gained and then lost so much more. Ouch. Now I'm waiting for a match. I'm just gonna whack that to the 139x4. Just makes my life easier.
Air.
Part of me really wants to turn off the or turn on maneuvers mode because it's fun. However, I do know that doing that is suicide. M2K. Oh, the Mirage. Every time I see M2K, I do have to think, what plane is M2K? And that's just the French one. You can't. Well, you probably. I've had it before where guys have locked into me when I was below radio altitude. It just makes it a little bit difficult, or more difficult for the missile to do its job. That's the Swiss one, I think. No, if it was, it would have the Swiss symbol. That's just me being stupid and mistaking the engine or the tail design. Pretty sure following this guy so closely is a bad idea. I wonder why it said F2A. It's tapping. You can't escape the missile. Oh, you can. Fine, we're doing this then. I really shouldn't be playing around with this. What's that? Nope, I want the MiG. Please hit. Oh shit. Shit. I knew that was going to happen. I called it so spectacular. Fuck it, let's do America. Rarely do I ever actually play with them, so probably going to take the bombs off of the P-47 and use it as an interceptor. I'll take ground targets just because it works better. You know, it's always valuable to have a little bit more punch. However, I have to remember that this thing is a boatman that doesn't turn. Case in point, what is this thing's max roll rate? Turn time 27 seconds to a full turn. This thing is built like a brick shithouse. However, yeah, the whole 27 turn. This thing, as far this is it's a long range fighter bomber support. Now it's just the infinite slow drag of weight. Okay, so yeah, 264. That's it's a bit like shooting fish in a barrel. Such a big target, but its guns are great. PE8 is the same. The guns are okay. It's just in a way you're supposed to feel glad about killing it. I never do. I used to, but once you kind of learn that there are bigger, well, better things to fight than bombers. I will kill a bomber, don't get me wrong, but it's not as fun as it used to be because they're just too big, too slow, bit of an easy kill. If it's got if it's like the B-25 or B-34 where it has guns that can fight and it can fight back, then it is infinitely more enjoyable because just the whole idea of actually fighting a bomber when it can shoot back is just a bit more entertaining. I like things that put up a fight. What's he doing? Oh, I can't get to it, this thing's too slow, but honestly, Spitfire here is all yours. Although now I can just see him drop. I still get points for an assist, so How did he... How has he not killed me? I'm not fast. I'm a boat. How has he not... How did he not kill me? You know what? I'm gonna go for him. He might be like rapidly plummeting to the floor, and me going for him's a bad idea. But I'm gonna go for him because that's just punishment for him. He's not. I was gonna say that's just hubris. He can't. Well, not hubris. That's just. Yeah, he can't. How did he not kill me? I wasn't even really paying attention to it. However, he's definitely over me. And he's got the energy advantage. Do not crash into that. Shit. How am I gonna do this? Not like that. Again, how... I'm flying a boat. How... something that is the... This thing is tough! I know the P-47 was a tough plane in real life. I know it was, like, built really well. And it traded its maneuverability just for being just a beast made flesh. But even that is genuinely shocking. I would love to know what rounds actually hit me. Because if any of those were 20mm, I will be genuinely shocked. That's a bad idea. I was gonna say him. If he was to try and climb on that Spitfire, that would be a terrible idea. However, I have a feeling he's gonna try, or I had a feeling he was gonna try turn towards me, but yeah, trying to like climb up to kill someone is such a poor idea. I can kill him. Or not. Yeah, Jack, your targets are ground targets, not armed targets. All he is he's that, I was gonna say, he's that PE-8 that's just not dying. Yep, that'll explain it. Oh, I can imagine that must have gotten annoying for pilots. Well, hey, I mean, a point is a point. I don't... What is this again? 500 pounders compared to the 250s. I keep forgetting this thing had a G... I don't know why this thing had a G-suit. Oh, altitude. That's why. Okay, I was dead to do this, like, a couple of days back. To do a match as France. I hate... I hate French planes. You can see why I'm so low with them, because I cannot... They are terrible. This one especially, because you think with the 20mm, oh, it's going to be fantastic. No. It is not fantastic. Bomber, bomber. Which one goes on the floor? One of them's a pea shooter, and the other one is wildly aggressive. And that pea shooter's going to crash. Or not. It's the other one that's going to crash. Level 1, watch. Level 23. How? Oh, because he just plays tanks. That'll explain it. Why is there a condor at this BR? I didn't even realise the condor could come this low. I didn't even know the condor could hit this BR. Like, legitimately, I didn't know. Huh. The DO-17 I wouldn't mind trying to kill. Usually I try to educate people who fly 109s that they need to be higher, because this thing's an energy fighter. Its whole thing is staying high and then diving down on people, but there's only so much of it I can say before I sound like a broken record and start to bore myself with it. Oh, the 17's the big one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. See, he's got the right idea with his 109. He's sitting at a higher altitude than everyone else. And he dived. He knows what at least he has some idea of what he's doing. I'm not going to say I'm excellent with the 109. I'm not going to say I'm like God's gift to it, but well, because I'm not, but still. So that Stuka going to do what Stukas always do and become fighters, or try to become like turn fighters after they drop their payload. Because if so, that's going to be very entertaining. Yes, he is. French guns, shit. What did I do? Oh, cut his tail off. I have a sneaking suspicion he might have no ammo. That's not going to work. You cannot do bullet damage. Well, at least now I know he's not out of ammo. However, he is getting uncomfortable. Well, he's getting very uncomfortably close to his own, or to my SPAA, because that will kill him. Pulled it. Hello, friend. I am acutely aware of your games. And I will not play them, so I'm gonna pull your card against you. Oh, this thing is slow. What's left? Fighter and a bomber. A Devastator and that. I don't know what that is. Where is the other guy? Oh. I don't have enough ammo in the 20mm for a fight, and past that the 7.5s are useless, so... Hello. If I can kill him, if I can get to him before he's like fully healed and full ammo, then I run the risk of actually winning this fight. Or he can just die. I know his game, because he's... Him, I don't know what one that is, but I know that the other one is hidden away, and I don't know where. It would be in my best interest to land and, like, refuel, get more ammo. So I'm gonna turn around and do that now. I don't want to get jumped at. Oh. Which means one of them crashed and the other one might have just J'd out or something. Or he might have just J'd out, I don't know. If he is the one I think it is, he might have been the one sitting at his base and realised that no one was going to be stupid enough to come towards him and just J'd out. That's a lot of progress. Watch as I proceed to spade this vehicle in all of 5 seconds. Hey, I can afford that, but I'm not going to spend the money for it. Hmm. This is, I think, the largest bomber in the game. Or it's got, like, the largest bomb capacity, I think. Not too sure. Yeah, I think it's the one with the highest, like, um, counts for bombs. I might be wrong, though. Hmm. Yeah, the Cobra series of planes, I don't like them all that much. I don't think they're that good. Of course, I'll admit the Sky Raider is something I want. I'll admit. I don't have that, and that's one plane that I do want, because it is quite cool. I had no idea that the French had Lancasters. Oh, MR7, that's Marine Reconnaissance. That would have been after the war, because that's the same as the Shackleton. Okay, cool. Down this line, I probably won't, I will probably get the Rafale, but I will most likely use the F-16 more. Because endgame is the FA-18. Either that or maybe the F-16, because I prefer the F-16 over the FA-18. Maybe the F-15, I don't know. Germany, I really want to get the MiG-29 over the Typhoon. I know the Typhoon is better because it gets the AIM-120 C5s, the Fox 3s. I don't think this does. No. So, although it would be better for me to go down the route of the Typhoon, I want that. It's the same as for this. I want the Su-30, but once I get the 33, I will probably use that for a lot of the grinding. Um, or at least I'll get towards. I might get to like rank 4 and then use the 33 for grinding. That's if I have it at that point. But I do ultimately want the 30. Either the 30 or the 34, because the 34 looks, at least I think it looks really cool. But the 30 will be one of them. Wow, that's a payload. So what's the one that has... Do any of them have Fox 3s? Or is the... I'm wondering if the R-77 is the Fox 3. I don't know. This plane is one I would have just because it's interesting. This is the VTOL one, I think. Should be. Britain, I already have top tier, so I don't really need to worry about any of the others. Japan, probably go down the route of the F-15. China, that will either be the J-11 or maybe the JF-17, the Thunder, which is the Pakistani thing that I don't know if it's supposed to be a homemade product or if it's a license. I don't know. Italy, I will probably just use the Typhoon. France again, I've already said that. This I will. I don't know because a Hornet that's like severely downgraded, although it does get the C5s and and it gets a lot of them. But I might get the Gripen because again, that version of the Hornet is terrible. Apparently, it's like severely downgraded. And then Israel, I don't ever plan on finishing this. I never plan on finishing Israel, but if I do, I'm sticking with the F-16. That has the Derby. I thought the um. Oh God! Oh God! They have made it so much uglier with conformal fuel tanks. So I thought I'm assuming the Derbies are the Fox 3s for them. That begs the question: does this have? So how come the F-15 has the conformal fuel tanks, but this doesn't? This also had conformal fuel tanks. Oh well, I don't care at the end of the day. Let's go back to getting the Yak-9. And then once I've got that, I'll try grind the Yak-9. Try. So now we just wait. The reason I have the ground targets for that is, again, it's just... I'm going to take the armored targets. A bit more punch, never hurt anyone. Although these do explode. Because armored targets just, yeah, they all just punch through, which, yeah, that's good, and again, it's like bombers and stuff, because you can just punch through their armor. However, having something that blows up is a bit more effective against fighters, where explosives really help where their armor isn't that thick. One thing I love about the B239, or well, all the Finnish aircraft of World War II and also the German ones, is that little plus sign that they have should be a full-on swastika. Because the Finns ran the swastika, and it's the same with Germany. They don't run it for the obvious reason. So he broke out of line, did some weird spins, and then went back into my line. Yeah, see the B-30... I never ever get paired with Germany. But the B-34, if I was facing off against one of them, I would actually be a bit happier fighting it, because it has guns it can frontal guns it can defend itself. They should add more of the Warhawks. The whole Warhawk line is... well, it was the most prevalent aircraft in the Pacific Theatre, so the fact that you only get like one or two of them is a horrible miss design. You could just have like a shit ton of them folded. Like, because the upgrades that ended up like coming to the Warhawk line was insane. By the end of the war, they were pushing some outrageously high horsepower numbers. I think it was like 1500 or something like that, and most planes weren't rocking that. B-25s always confuse me because I never understand why they fly so low. Because they will die. They aren't fast enough to evade or to outrun things. They're too heavy
to turn well, and it's just a bomber. I don't know why people always insist on using them like fighters. They can work sometimes as fighters, but 9 times out of 10 they just don't. However, that C3604 is becoming a little bit more of an interesting target to me. Although I think that Yak 9 may have them. Although he is pulling some numbers. What? How did the Apache die to a B-25? Yep, I'm definitely flying away from that. Those are things I do not want to face off against. But yeah, how did the A-36 Apache die to the B-25? Because that is just a P-51 that never made it to production. I'm not even joking. It was supposed to be the P-51, and then it wasn't very well liked, so they changed a few bits, and then it became the P-51. That is just the ground attack version of it. I know where he's going. He's heading straight. Oh no, he's leading us on a wild goose chase. P40, you are too far away. Although I think one of those did hit. Too high, too low still. I like the 36. Oh wow. Okay, yep, that B-25 has certainly made himself a target, because he's not only has he killed someone, he's set someone else on fire. And this is where my armoured targets rounds would have come in handy, because they would have just punched through him. No, don't try it. I know what he's doing. He's testing me, because he's firing in spurts, and then once I get closer, he's gonna unleash hell. See? Aim for the engines. Aim for the engines. Aim for the engines and the wings, because I do not want to get hit by him anymore than I have. There we go. That is why. Oh, I have a hole in my right wing. And I am not limping that thing back to base. And there is 0 coming. All I have to wait is for him to quit, which if he is anything like me, he won't until he knows he's got to kill, at which he's going to taunt. I welcome that. Or not. I'm not limping this thing back to base. I do not have. Yep. Okay. Dude, how? I have no engine. I have no engine and a dead wing. How did you miss? Or how did you not kill me? I'm going to dip it in the water. That's how we killed me, the M2, the armor piercing. Yeah, I knew that was exactly his game. And I knew that, again, I knew that because that's what I do. I will, if you leave beforehand, the kill doesn't count. So he had to sit there and wait until I died. I want to test my theory about having armored target rounds won't help. I always get intrigued when I see things like that, because that means he's like with someone else, because you do not get to this rank on that a lot. What the hell happened there? No, it's got to be that piece. What happened? What came off it? 'Cause I thought he was just going to die. I want to fly past him and see if I can. That to me looks like he might have lost. Yeah, lost a landing gear. He's gonna get himself killed. B-34? Hello. I can't get to, I might be able to get to him. I can guarantee that year 1 will get to him before I do. But he's gonna get himself killed. He's too low. He has not got the energy. He will stumble across like a P-51 or like a Spitfire or something, and they are gonna punish him severely for sitting so low. Well, at least if they die, I can say I tried. I want one of these guys to turn around and say that he will turn and fight. Cause that's just oh, if that's what I think it. No, it's not. Honestly, if that's what I think it is, I'm going to be a little bit uncomfortable. That might still be what I'm thinking of, but I don't think it is. The Key 43, I've seen plenty of those. The J1 doesn't look like the thing I'm scared of.
There is a Japanese fighter, it's later in the war, and it is one that scares me because it is a demon to fight against. Okay, I can ignore him because he's nowhere near me. Do I risk going for that Corsair? Because he might turn towards... No, I'm going to go for him. I feel he poses more of a threat than that Corsair does. And that Corsair's got his back turned, so... It's not that it wouldn't be fair. I kind of thrive on that, but I don't see a point if he's just not paying attention. Whereas he has now twigged that I'm here and he's going to either dive... What are you doing? Doesn't matter. I said it wouldn't matter. I'm gonna completely pretend like that was planned. I'm gonna 100% pretend I knew what I was doing there. P63, if you can kill at least one of them. Don't. It's fine, I will. Or at least try to. I should go for him first. He's more of a threat, because he's an acute at quite distance. I have no combat flaps. Oh, come on, something like actually important come off him, please. Because I don't want to deal with him. Yes, hello, hi, I know you're there. Please leave me alone, for fuck's sake. Because now yep. That's annoying. Nope. Yep. See, it's one of those things, if my pilot didn't black out, I would have had a chance. Come on, seal. Seal quicker, because my wing's going to come off. That's bullshit. That's annoying. It's annoying, but I'm not gonna cry about it. That's just one of those things. Here, let me do a quote-unquote demonstration of how a 109 is supposed to be played. I'm going to use the F4 because it's the one I'm best with. And it also means I don't have to spade any, or I don't have to put anything into grind. Let's try to do a demonstration on how you're supposed to use a 109. Again, I will probably die immediately, but I'm willing to give it a risk. 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109  109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109 109
do we have? We've got that, 109. Okay. That's a good point. I can actually now see who's got what. Because the 20 mils on that seemed like a good idea. The pencil, the arrow. Right. That's the same as what I have, because this is the same plane, so it's just the frontal version. See, the thing is, the 7mm on this, they're pointless, because you can't, they won't kill anything unless you were to get, like, a very lucky shot on a pilot. They will not kill it. Okay, the T-18 scares me a little bit. Those things are... They suffer from short person syndrome, to put it bluntly. They are overly aggressive. And I don't quite know why. Their gun it's okay, but they are unnecessarily aggressive, and they will usually always kill you out of magic. I want to know what that is up there. I'll admit, seeing a 355 becoming a oh, I don't want to know what that is anymore. Huh. Yeah, I saw that P60 and I just said I don't want to know. Yep. I don't like those. Let's try do what the 109 was designed for. I'd like to not rip anything off. Dude, go for the B-26. Go for the Raider, or wherever the B-26's code name was. Again, the reason I pull up occasionally is just to bleed energy. I don't want to wing rip. I don't quite know what my wing rip speed is. Go for you, because I know you're just going to bug me otherwise. Okay. Now, he knows who I am and where I am. So I've got to really shove this. Yep, this is what you don't do. Hello, friends. Oh, there's a lot of you. Hey, can you kill that bear cat, please? Dude, kill the bear cat! 'Cause he's killing me! Why am I trying to turn? Because this is just death by 1,000 cuts. Dead? No. Dude, kill him! Okay, I'm gonna head back to base because these injuries are small but extensive. What are you doing? That B-26 though is looking mighty appealing, but I know I shouldn't. He's on, yeah, I was gonna say he's on fire as well. I had to tell myself to not get too greedy there, because I knew that was a bad idea. Now I'm going to try get a smooth as butter landing when I have asymmetric flap extension. I don't know why I didn't use my combat flaps. I probably would have had a bit of a better chance of turning away from him, but at the end of the day, he is dead and I'm not concerned, so hindsight is 20/20 and all that. That's not what I wanted. So much for a buttery landing. I'll admit that was close. I think my PC's starting to cook. I was going to say, I think my PC's starting to cook. No, my neighbour is just having a gigantic bonfire. Because I was just going to say, I smell a lot of smoke. Jesus Christ, that's nearly his whole garden. But it looks like his garden's on fire. Oh, I haven't seen him have a fire in years. Anyway. Moving swiftly on. Oh. Oh, I don't like that. The fact that one of them is a P61, I don't like. Oh, I like that even less. Okay, so you've got a P61, which would punish you, and you've got the XP50, which I own, and it's just pure pain to fight. Okay. So, otherwise known as, I'm going to die. Because I can't ask one of them for a 1v1, otherwise the other one will just join in, so element of surprise, I guess. I'm gonna go for that P61. He's closer. I feel like he could be a bit more of a hassle to me, because I think he now knows my plan. He does. Die, 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 die. Thank you. Yep, I'm just gonna leave him. I'm going for that XP50 guy. Come here, boy. Come here, boy. Never mind. I didn't even realise that Yak 9 was there. Oh well. A win is a win. I'm really hoping that doesn't give me team kill issues. Okay, it doesn't. Thank God. Oh, yes! Okay, yep, that's going with the Yak 9ers. Oh, thank Christ. I'm surprised at just how close to jets I actually am. Like, that, I was there yesterday. But to get to the 29, I really, really need to go down the route of the I-16. Yeah, I'll put in for the I-16. Oh, finally. I'm gonna take that away from the fuselage gang and just put that straight into offensive 12 mils, because if I can get those air targets, I'm gonna be happy. Time to see if this thing's any good. I don't have a lot of ammo though, I only have 229 shots. Is that the landing gear? Or is that just... I think that's landing gears. No, I'm going to assume that's flaps. Oh well, for once a match with Germany. And there's a Wyvern, even better because those are just 3 bullets. That's just a free kill. Wyverns never put up a fight, never. I've never seen a Wyvern put up a genuine fight. Oh no, that's one of the only things I enjoy killing when it's not paying attention. Actually, no, correction, I like killing anything when it's not paying attention. This is one of the only things that... Oh, Jesus. Where is he? That's one of the things I enjoy. Oh, I see it. It's one of the things I enjoy doing most when it's not paying attention. Yeah, I see it. I'm just going to consider this like an inaugural test for this plane. There he is. However, seeing those guys flying in my general direction is not pleasant. But having that wyvern doing more damage is a little bit less, or is even more unpleasant. What's up, buddy? I need to understand this plane's gun characteristics. Yes, hello, fighter. Yes, 43. Yeah, that's excruciating. That's annoying. Because that's already nearly killed us. What? Anyway, I'm going to end the stream here because I'm getting tired, so I will say thank you to everyone that's watched and see you all later.